All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to our Thursday morning Inner Circle live session. I'm your host, Ryan Carthage. We'll be joined shortly by my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. Hope everybody is having a great morning. As always, let's turn off all distractions, prepare your minds and your bodies to engage, as you guys always do. And for the courtesy of everybody on the call, please ensure that your mic is muted if you're not actively asking a question or making a comment. All right. So we got CPI coming in this morning. So I want to make sure that we are prepared for that. Benny went through a lot of the charts last night. So we'll get an update on a few. We got a couple potential short-term opportunities ahead of that we'll take a look at. And then if we got some time at the end, we will take a look at any charts that you guys have your eyes on ahead of the news. All right. So let's get right to it. All right. So European shares drop as investors eye US CPI data. Right? European stock index fall on Thursday during the global sell-off as investors remain cautious ahead of US CPI data later today, which could influence the pace of future interest rate hikes by the Federal Reserve. In addition, the U.S. midterm election results remain in the spotlight, while traders have also kept an eye on the unfolding of the unfolding disaster at crypto exchange FTX. All right, so cryptos are still taking some heat. All right, U.S. inflation. Annual inflation rate in the U.S. likely slowed for the fourth month to 8% in October, which will mark a new low since February compared to 8.2 in September. Slightly less than the 40-year high, 6.6 in September, compared to the previous month. However, CPI is seen rising to 0.06, the most in 4 months, as gasoline should be core CPI. As gasoline price inched up, and core index is forecasted to have risen by 0.5%, only slightly below 0.6% in the previous month. The new figures likely to continue to point to strong inflationary pressure and a broad price increase across the economy, mainly in the services sector, where prices of goods have benefited from some improvements in the supply chain. All right. However, a fall in retained earnings by insurance companies this year due to high rates of healthcare utilization in 2021 and robust profit margins from 2020 could push healthcare costs lower and inflation down from October. So got a little mixed sentiment there, but the core number, which is the one that's really looked at, it removes food and fuel from the number, is looked at, is seen rising, right? So as those data points come out, we will watch to see how the market responds. Okay. So that's what everybody has their eyes on right now in the present. All right. Bitcoin bounced off a 2-year low, still trading near those 2022 lows. Right. To the calendar. This is that data there at 8:30 that we're looking for. Then we have Governor Macklem speaking at 11:50. And that'll pretty much wrap up that. On Friday, you got pound GDP. Then preliminary consumer sentiment coming out of the United States. But Friday is also bank holiday for the United States and Canada. So definitely we'll see, or could see, low liquidity on Friday, right? So things could slow down drastically at the close of business today, 5 p.m. And they may not pick up. So we'll watch that to see how the market is moving. All right. Any questions from a fundamental perspective? No, no questions. All right, cool deal. Take a quick look at the dollar index, and then we'll come back and take a look at a couple of these Aussie pairs that could be setting up on the short term for us. Come back to the $4 index. All right, this is our range that we're sitting in. Okay. Still trying to press to the upside. Obviously, we got some indecision right now ahead of the reports that are coming in the next 2 hours, right? But pressing to the upside off that support. Okay. We come back to the daily. All right, this is where we sit. This is where we sit. Okay. So we'll continue to monitor. All right. We'll see how the market responds. You had a nice bullish push there. Depending on that data, we either see this come down or push higher. All right. So that's the dollar index ahead. I want to take a look at Aussie yen. All right. So Aussie yen just moving sideways in this range. Okay. We know that, right? Pushed up to the top, coming back down to the bottom, right? Retesting the strong bullish candle here. Okay. We'll see if we get back to that support level. We'll monitor that to see at what point. Here on the 4, this is your fib on the 4. You got a 618 retracement. Couldn't break out to the upside, and we're coming back down. Nice pullback happening here. Okay. As we continue to move down, you see that action there a little bit more closely. You see this retracement happening. Okay. But what I really want to get to is here on the 5. Right. I ran fibs down off the high on that retracement that we saw happening. Right. And we're sitting in an 80-20 zone right now, trying to break above the cloud. You got some consolidation with the cloud moving through price. Okay. So this is an 80-20 scenario, shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone. Right. That we can keep our eyes on, see if we get this push to the upside and get price to start rising. Right. At least in the short term, get back to some of these higher levels here. Okay, so keep this one on your radar. If you run the trend lines, right? It will look like that. Okay, so those are your trend lines. If you use the cloud, your cloud's sitting there as well. Okay, so watch this one. If it meets your rules, pull the trigger. Okay, make sure it meets your rules though. Okay, make sure it meets your rules. Any questions on the Aussie yen? Nope. Cool deal. Benny, good morning, bro.
Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday, which means it's almost Friday.
Almost Friday, man. Almost Friday. How you doing out this morning?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
Awesome. Awesome. Glad to have you, bro. All right. All right. So that's the Aussie yen, the Aussie dollar. Benny looked at most of these last night, but they're still hovering in our zones. Okay. We'll come back to the higher time frames real quick. From a daily time frame perspective, right? Overall, this is down, right? And we see we came back to this daily level and we're pushing down, right? Matching the extension is here, 61235, right? That's our long-term destination. It could be in the short term now, but moving down nonetheless, okay? To the 4, we got into that sweet spot that we're looking at and retested that daily level, right? Pushed back into that zone beautifully, and now we're breaking down. Haven't had a retracement yet, right? Price has just been moving to the downside. So could we be in for a short-term retracement at some point? Okay. Getting down to the 1. We had a 382, but that daily level came in, pushed price back down. So we got a deeper retracement now, sitting at a 618 level. on your 1 hour time frame. Okay, so it's sitting at a 618 retracement level. We know overall our bias is down, but could we be in for at least a short-term pullback potentially? And then see if price turns back over. So we get down here to the 5, sitting right in that 118 and 127 zone. Okay, right in that 118 and 127 zone. So pull back to a sweet spot here would be nice. We'll see if it happens, see if it meets your rules. But this is another one to keep your eyes on, see if we get a lift there. Trend line like that. Oops, nope. Like that. Okay. That's where we sit on the Aussie dollar. Questions? Oh. Cool deal. Happy Thursday, Dewan. Hey, Dewan, what's happening in the crypto space, man? What's this event that's happening, man?
Hey.
What's up, man? You all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing great. In the crypto space, I mean, right now, there's a huge plunge, as everybody knows. Everybody's getting hit pretty hard in the crypto space. Right now, I mean, I'm not even sure exactly what's happening.
So they've been mentioning this FTX. What's FTX?
Oh, okay.
Crypto exchange FTX.
Yeah, that's one of the big exchanges. It's not nearly as big as Coinbase or Binance, but there seems to have been some. They seem to have been shorting people.
Ah, okay.
Yes, and due to there not being any real regulations, they have been. I mean, even Coinbase does some shady stuff. However, they're not so shady as to steal your money,
Right.
In a way that you don't know it's being stolen.
I like the word choice.
They take it from you and tell you why. So, you know, I think that's pretty much of what it is. However, it was an up and comer. And it has been around, but it was an up and coming exchange, and they held a lot of accounts. So due to them falling out, a lot of crypto may be lost too as well. So I'm not sure exactly of the details of that, but I'm thinking a lot of people are going to lose a lot of crypto.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool deal. We appreciate that, man. Yeah.
One last thing. If anybody decides to invest in crypto, do not leave your funds on an exchange, because these companies are insolvent. That they do not have enough liquidity to pay you back if something were to happen.
Gotcha.
So, a wallet, cold wallet storage is your best friend. MetaMask is fine too, even though it's kind of a hot wallet. But I use a ledger. So I don't care if you got $100 or 100 million. Put your stuff on a ledger, and make sure that you make that a habit. Once you buy from an exchange, you take it directly from that exchange and put it on your ledger, unless you're one of those people that are going to be trading crypto and you need to have it on the exchange.
Gotcha. Cool deal, man. We appreciate that, dude.
Hey, if I could chime in.
Yeah.
in terms of, to Dewan's, he's dead on it. But on Wednesday, Sam Bankman-Fried, who's the CEO of FTX, he informed investors that they're going to be declaring bankruptcy. And prior to that, he had attempted to throw Binance somewhat under the bus, who's another big crypto exchange. But then Binance sought to buy out FTX. And if some of you would recall, you may have seen commercials in the past with Tom Brady, Gazelle, Stephen Curry. They had some big names out there promoting this crypto exchange. And a lot of folks bought in. Well, Binance started digging into the buyout, and then they backed out. And that caused the market to tumble even more.
Man, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff, man. Interesting stuff. I'll definitely do some research on it. Cassandra, so all of those events that we just talked about are happening. But what we've also seen, this is Cassandra Martinez. What we've also seen, she has a question about crypto dip yesterday in fundamentals. What we've seen is that the crypto market moves very similarly to your indices, right? And more specifically, your tech sector. So when you look at your NASDAQ, your S&P 500, as those move down, we've seen crypto also move down. So it's moving very similarly to those asset classes. So when you have the changes in monetary policy and things like that, it's been impacting the crypto market just very similarly to the equities market. All right, so that's the indices market. So that's the correlation there. Cool deal. We appreciate the insight, man, from both of you, Dewan and Miss Cassandra. Good insight. So we'll keep our eyes peeled on that stuff. But Bitcoin is moving how we expected it to quite a while ago. So cool deal. So that's the Aussie dollar. You're welcome. Take a look back at this dollar Swiss. So dollar Swiss came down, right? We had this nice push. This is on the 4-hour time frame. Had this nice push to the upside, weren't able to fully break out, came back down for a deeper retracement, came to that 786 level, right? And now we're pushing. We broke this down trend line I had running, right? And we're pushing to the upside, okay? In favor of the dollar. And there's that look there. Okay. Came down, nice retracement. Now we got a break of the trend line. So what we could look for as we come down to the lower time frames is a potential retracement opportunity. Let's go back here. I'm gonna pull that out. That's similar to the 4-hour, right? 786 retracement. Matching the extension is here at the 127. Okay. So overall, long-term bullish on the dollar Swiss. Okay. So keep that in mind. Long-term bullish. All right. But as we get down to the lower time frames, we had this nice push to the upside. Right. Nice push to the upside. We got a fresh AB boundary here. Okay. We got a fresh AB boundary here on the 5. So potential opportunity, something like that. If we get a push into that 118 and 127 zone, or price could just turn over now and give that nice retracement to come back and retest that daily support level. Okay. So keep your eyes on this one for potential retracement, right? Short-term retracement, because our bias overall long-term is bullish. Okay. So keep your eyes on this one for potential retracement opportunity in the short term, at least getting back to that 382, right? Which is a previous resistance level here on the 5-minute time frame. Okay. So at least back to this 382 level, right? And then we could see a bounce from there. Okay. So that's the dollar Swiss. price moving into an area of interest for us, right? On the short-term time frame. Questions there? No, cool deal. This is a quick look at Bitcoin, all right? We mapped this out long time ago, right? Crown pattern here. We said, hey, look out. Whoops. Look out for the move down. And it's been down, right? Even through the consolidative periods, still moving down, right? So got our eyes on this 9,935 level. Might take a bit to break this support level here, right? Might take a bit, but once we do, got our eyes pointed here. Okay, so that's Bitcoin moving to the downside. This was what, back in March. Yeah, back in March, we're looking at this to the downside. So cool deal. Let's go back to NZD Swiss daily time frame. So look, let me clean this up a little bit so we can see what's happening here, right? But we got this nice push into the 618 retracement level, right? It's off the daily time frame. Pushing to that 618 retracement level, right? You got price to turn over. Right? Could see a pullback, right? But looking for price to start making its way to the downside here, okay? You run your trend lines here on the daily, right? The inner trend line will come like that. And this strong bearish candle was our break, okay? That was our break. So looking for a pullback and then see if we get continuation to the downside, okay? Drop to the 4, see that break there, okay? Beautiful break. Now we're getting that retracement. All right, and you see on this push here on the 4, price took out the A, so we'll flip our fib from the bottom to the top, and it looks like that, right? Came down to the support level, 50% retracement, so we'll see if we get a pullback and a continuation or if price flies to the upside, right? News today, it is. It's amazing how things play out for sure. Based on the news today, we'll see how this moves, right? We'll see how this moves. As we get down to the 1, look at it a little bit more closely, right? And you see the sub fib here on the 1, shallow retracement, 118 to 127 zone. We're starting to try to get a push out, right? See if we can get back to this 382 off of this move to the downside, right? So that's your sub fib there. We get to the lower time frame, we'll see it a little bit more closely. On the 5, we're already on the go, right? Pulling back now, we could get to that A of this 5-minute fib, okay? If we come back to the 15, for those that might trade a 15-minute time frame, that's your look there. Price moving to the upside, right? Giving us a pullback now, and then for another push. So looking at some of these higher levels there, okay? So that one's on the move. We'll wait for that high price and then look for an opportunity to get back short on this NZD Swissy. Okay. 382 sits here. $618 sits here. Okay. So we'll see if we get a nice retracement off of this. May not get that high, but if we do get it back into our sweet spot, we'll look for that short opportunity. Okay. Questions here on the NZD Swissy?
Nope.
Cool deal. Cool deal. All right. Benny, do you have any that you're watching to see how the news reacts to before any interest?
No, I mean, I played the Euro USD to the downside, you know, 5 minute play. I think I was in let me see. I've got,
Oh, we got a
yep, the Euro USD has been moving nicely to the downside. The Aussie dollar, right? We talked about last night.
20 Euro USD off the
Yeah,
one.
yeah, it's still rolling, but on the 5, it just completely
Completely
moved
collapsed.
through the zones. The Euro Aussie, right, as well, made the move to the downside.
Watch this one here, guys. See if we get a retracement early, right? It's at an AB boundary now. Might get a push higher, and then opportunity to get short there. That's the Euro USD on the 5. Fresh AB boundary to the downside.
Yeah, the pound Swissy. Right, I played the reversal on the pound Swissy. That one turned around. Did pretty decent, but I'm flat now.
Flat now, yeah,
ahead of the report. But those are some pretty decent moves. Yeah,
this Euro Aussie definitely still bouncing around in this zone. Still bouncing around in this range here. All right, try to get back to the top. Indecision. Excuse me. There's that look there. That was that turnover.
Right. That was I think I played that off the
move to the downside.
Yeah. I shorted it for sure. I think it was either up to 5 or
That's a nice move down.
Yeah. Yep. See there?
Well, yeah.
How does moving down?
Shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone. Bang.
Yep. But I'm out now.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be, because I can always get back in, especially on those larger moves like Aussie dollar to the downside, things like that.
Yeah.
Took some profit on it because it's, who knows what's going to happen with the CPI data, how the market interprets it. So I just rather be out. I mean, it made a really good move there. So I didn't want to hold it to the 382 on that. It's like done for now.
I'm with you on that, bro. I'm with you on that. I reduced all of mine. I got a few still running. But all of them took profit off the table, just reduced them. The longer term swings. Yes.
I have a quick question. When both of you are saying, okay, you're flat, are you only flat in your 5-minute plays, or say if you have one on the 4-hour behind with this potential CPI data, are you just flat everything, or just your more shorter term plays?
My shorter term plays.
Okay.
Same.
Gotcha. Okay.
Same. Yep. Good question. All right, cool deal. So take a minute if you guys have any pairs you want me to take a look at that you are eyeing to see how they respond to the news. Drop those into the chat for me. We'll take a look at them so that we're prepared ahead of the report. GU. Yep. Got a little bit range bound, right? So higher time frame, we're short, right? Got a nice pullback, got strong bearish push yesterday, trying to get some retracement action happening there. Okay. To the 4. All right, we know we got this nice deep 8-6 retracement. Stop outside the A, price trying to make its way to the downside. We're looking to see if we get a retracement on this here, right? Strong move down, trying to give us some, but not sure if we'll get back to this high price that we were looking for yesterday, right? Got a little bit of a retracement. Now we just got sideways action there. Okay. Overall bias is short on this, right? Overall bias is short. It's just about, do we push back to the top of this range, or do we get just a little bit more of a retracement? Something in this range, and then turn back over. Okay. So we'll watch to see. We'll watch to see. But we're waiting right now. It's just range bound. Just range bound. Nice, beautiful move here. And then you got your sideways push. All right. So even on your 5, you got a 382 push here, right? And now we're sideways. Okay, so we're just hanging out right now. Overall bias is short, but we want to see if we get a higher price to give us another opportunity to get short if we aren't there already. All right, but nothing doing right now. So that's where we sit, looking to see if price turns over and gives us that longer ride. Cool. Oil. This is not on with us this morning. Oil. That crown might fail. Then they talked about it last night. All right. The crown might fail. Haven't taken out the low yet, but came back to this daily support level, right? Got a lot of things happening when it comes to oil, and especially the uncertainty of interest rates and in that conversation. So price is coming back down. Okay. Coming back down, sitting at this daily support, previous daily support level, right? So we'll see how the market responds here, but got some indecision right now. Drop to the 4. Okay. Looking to see also with that crown to see if we get back to that 382. Haven't been able to do it just yet. So if we break below this level, right, we could end up taking out that right tip and invalidate this crown altogether. So we'll watch to see, right? We're just hovering right now at the support level. Okay. So that's in the long term. Short term, so take this out so we can see it. Short term, we are looking at this. All right, fib to the upside got taken out to the downside with that push. All right, so we'll run the fib on the 1 off the high, like so. Okay, so in the 1 hour time frame, B boundary 118 and 127 zone, shallow retracement. We'll see if we get a push here. Right, or does it dive to the downside? All right, so those are 2 scenarios depending on how that news comes out and how investors respond to it. Okay, but you're sitting in a sweet spot right now on the 1. See if you get that, or you get this. Okay, that's on the 1. Drop down to the 5. Let's see. Similar deal. 118, 127 is on the 5. Off of a shallow retracement, right? Trying to push up. We'll see if we're able to break back above this daily level on the lower time frame. Okay. If you break back above that, you could be in for your retracement opportunity there, right? But this level is going to be key for us to watch. Been holding for a bit. Okay. So that's my thought there. What do you think, Reese? Potentially could get a push. Yeah. Depending on how that news comes out. Cool deal. Anything else you guys looking at? No. Let's take a look back at didn't look at the UJ.
NZ CAD.
What was that?
Oh, sorry, I was saying NCD CAD. I was waiting for it to finish out.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take a look at it. Reese's in the buy, waiting to see if it closes back above 85.40. I dig it. Yeah, keep your eyes closed on that one. Keep your eyes closed on that one. That's UJ on the 5. That push to the upside was a beautiful one, right? It has some consolidation here, but when it took off, it took off. Over the long term, let's come back to the daily, right? We're sitting in this 118 to 127 zone. Broke back below previous monthly high. All right, so we'll see the Bank of Japan is watching closely, right? Bank of Japan is watching closely. We got back down to this 146 level, but if we get back to this 151, 153, right, we could see the Bank of Japan step in at some point, right? So we'll monitor to see if we continue to hovering sideways here, or if we get another push to the upside. Okay. So just watch this one closely over the long term. Over the long term, Bank of Japan could get antsy. Okay, that's your 4. Push into the 118 and 127 zone. Beautiful retracement down to that 382. In line with that support level. So that's where we're hanging out. Right. So we'll see again, right? Depending on how that news comes out. It's positive for the dollar, right? Comes in hot. We could see this push to the upside again. Okay. So keep a close eye there. For our pullback plays for Cassandra, Euro USD, CAD Swiss. Let's take a look at that CAD Swiss. All right, it was a beautiful retracement right into that zone we're looking for, a 618 retracement. Got to push down, right? Now we're getting a little retest, right? Broke through that daily support level, coming back and retesting it, right? Coming back and retesting. So we get down to the 4. This is where Cassandra is, right? You got your 618 retracement, tested that daily resistance level, was support, right? And then we got the push, okay? So we broke down below, right? See the little drawing there. Broke down below, coming back to retest it. Okay. Now we'll see if we get price to continue to turn over and press to the downside. Okay. We'll watch that to see. We'll watch that to see if, right, we talked about the potential of a crown pattern here, right? If we break back above, look for price to come back to this resistance level. And then see if we get back short. Right? That's if we got an indecision right now. That's going to also be could be dependent on the news as well, right? But retesting that level right now, nonetheless. Okay, so see if we get that move back down to the downside for the long term, though, right? Bearish. Zoom out, look at the full picture. Bearish off the daily time frame and off the 4-hour time frame. Matching the extension down here at 682.43. All right, so we got a ways to go. All right, but bearish nonetheless. Okay, it's a long-term swing. Great job, Cassandra, sticking in there. Great job. Okay. Get down to your 1. This is your look on your 1, right? Check that out. Push down, right? These are the sub fibs, the smaller waves moving to the downside, right? Got a retracement right now. We came back to that 382 and retesting that daily level, right? So we could see this turnover and continue pressing down, ultimately taking out this A on that capital fib at some point. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see. Let's move to the downside beautifully. Okay. That is the CAD Swiss. Swiss yen I haven't looked at in a while. It's been rangy, really rangy. So on the daily time frame, right, we're just hovering. Not able to break that trend line, just pushing sideways. If you come back even higher to the weekly time frame, you literally see it's just sideways, all wicks, right? Shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone, right? So at some point, we could be in for this to turn over and press down. When that some point is, who knows? Who knows? Okay. So it's just been super rangy. So I've been hands off of it. However, right, we're inching closer and closer to, right, this trend line. So we want to see at what point do we break this trend line? Okay. At what point do we break this trend line? So that's what I'm watching for. We'll see if and when we get it, right? As you come down to your lower time frames, took the fib off of that and just let it sit in this box. All right, just let it sit in this box. So we'll see if we keep making higher highs and higher lows to get back to the top of this range here, or if we're ready to turn over and break that trend line. Okay, we get down to the 5. Took out the fibs to the upside, run them to the downside. Fresh AB boundary, 236 retracement right now, right? So we'll see if we continue to rise off of that, or if we get the price to turn over and give us a 118, 127. If we get this push down here, right, we can then look for that 80-20 play on the 5. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes, right? But that's the Swiss yen. Okay. Cool deal. Was that it? Let's see. Yep. All right, cool deal. Last call. You guys got any other pairs that you're looking at? Because that's all I have ahead of this report, right? We're just watching and waiting to see what happens, see how the data comes out, and then see how the investors respond. Okay. Silver. Oh, let's see. What is silver? Silver is XAG. Oops, I didn't want it on that one. There we go. All right. Not one that I trade a lot, but what we can do real quick, we'll do a clean markup on it to see, right? We see, right, previously we broke through this support level and now we're back retesting that level, right? Back retesting that level. So let's clear this out and do a fresh markup and see what we got. Support resistance. So and this is on a monthly time frame, right? Drop in these levels. So okay. Mhm. All right, so we got support there. Okay. Now we drop down to the weekly time frame. And do the same thing. Okay. Resistance there. There. We got support here. Okay. The level that we saw price retesting was a previous support level that sat right there. All right, and that's what you see price retesting there. All right, we'll take it out for now, but that's what that was. Okay, so drop down to the daily time frame and do exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Okay. Our resistance levels and our support levels. So, all right, we got that. We're there. Boom. Okay, so now overall, what direction are we moving? Overall, long term. Not everybody at the same time. Down, right? Down. Okay. You zoom out, look at everything, right? Even if you come back to the highest point, still down. Okay. Still down. So we zoom in on most recent areas, right? Run our fib off the high, boom. Daily time frame, AB boundary, we got a retracement here, right? We're sitting at a 38.2 right now, right? Daily resistance. So we'll see how things respond here, right? Could get a deeper push, right? Or we could turn over and press back down. Okay. So that's from a daily time frame perspective. I want to look at one thing real quick. Okay. We got two ways to look at this, right? This is, you got this push off the support, right? The retracement phase. Then you got your smaller waves to the downside, and you're coming into a key level. So this zone is going to be key for us to see if we turn over and press back down and take out this A, right? Or do we continue pressing higher and get back to the top and we stay in somewhat of a range? Okay, so that's the two looks there, right? From the top and then from the bottom, you came into a 8.6 retracement level, and then you got a fresh AB boundary and a push. Okay, so we want to see how this cluster responds, and to see if price stays in this up AB boundary. Okay, yeah. So you got two ways to look at it, right? These waves here, 382, or do we get a push higher to the top of the range and get to that that matching extension off of the up fib there? Okay, but we shall see, right? So this is where we sit here at that resistance level. Okay, clear those out, drop to the 4. We'll do the same thing. So right now we're in a retracement zone on your 4. Got a nice deep retracement, 618 level, right? Didn't get to that 786. So do we stay inside the A, right? If price doesn't take out the A, it has no choice but to go your way. So depending on how the news comes out and how the market responds, could continue moving down, right? See, over the last few months, we've been in this range here, okay? So we could come back down to the bottom of the range. That's a potential, right? Or we could press up. Excuse me. Okay, so depending on how the news comes out, that's what we could potentially see. Okay. As we get to the one. We're going to look at this move to the upside. End up coming all the way over. Yeah, one more here. We will get there. There we go. So in your one, got an 80-20 scenario, right? In line with daily resistance. Okay, so depending on how that news comes out, right, we could see a breakdown. Could see a breakdown there. Okay. But 80-20 scenario here on the one. You got your trend line break, and then you got a sideways push. Okay. So that's what we're looking at there. It's sideways right now. After the news, we'll see how it responds, how it spikes. But 80-20 scenario, we'll see if you get the continuation and that continued press to the downside there. Okay. You drop the cloud on, use the cloud as confirmation. You're hovering right at it right now. Hovering right at the cloud right now, right? So if you use the cloud as confirmation, wait on all those additional points, right? Lagging span. You got your TK crossover here, but you don't have a Kumo twist. And we'll see if that lagging span is able to break the cloud. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Okay. Questions on silver, NZD CAD. I'll take a look at that. No doubt. No doubt. NZD CAD. NZD CAD. Clean this up a bit. There we go. Right. So that's our daily look. Trying to see what happens here. Right. We said we just missed that D extension there. Okay. Price turned over, broke that trend line. Right. We got the nice retracement yesterday. Now we get a break of the trend line. Right. We'll see how this daily candle closes. Drop to the 4. You got a similar look. Okay. Got 618 retracement. Just missed our matching D extension here at 76,222. All right. And on the 4, it's just pressing sideways. We got a break, pulled back up. And now we're sitting there. So we'll see, right, if we get this continuation to the downside. Okay. But it's just hovering right now. Just hovering right now. Stayed below that daily level, retested it, right? Now we want to see what transpires as we move through the day. Okay, so that's your 4-hour. Overall, my bias on this is short, right? We're just retesting those levels. All right, looking for us to get to that daily and that 4-hour D extension. Hold on. Take these out. There we go. There we go. The A got taken out on the push up. Close that out. From the low to the high. Bang. Okay. So we're still making our way to the downside, and we'll see. Do we get? Take this out for a second. Do we get a double bottom here and another push up? Right? Or does price continue making its way down? Okay. Does the support level here hold? And we get another push up. Or do we continue to break down? Okay. So that's what we're looking at there. What happens? What happens here? Okay. So that's what we want to see there. Get down to the 5. Figure this out. There we go. I'll run our fib off the high here. All right, this was that retracement from yesterday. Price pushed back down. Now we're back in this 118 and 127 zone, right? So we want to see, do we get a double bottom there? Okay. Do we get a double bottom there? So that's the question. That's the question. Okay. Overall bias is short, but do we get another push to the upside before continuing that move down? Okay. Questions on the NZD CAD?
No, sir.
Cool deal. Bro, you got anything before we wrap it up?
Oh no, man. Just looking for. I mean, we've had some really, really good moves as of late. So just waiting on, you need a catalyst, right? So
Yeah.
all eyes are on the CPI data today. And this is where, right, that volatility that these events create, that's where the new setups are born, right? Out of this volatility and the price action. So can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see what new setups we get, on the heels of today's CPI report. So looking forward, just around the corner. What, about an hour away? 8:30?
Yes, sir. 8:30.
And so we'll watch it throughout the day to see what comes about. But it's been some good price action lately. So definitely happy for that.
Definitely.
Great session, man. Great session as always.
Appreciate it, bro. All right, good people. Ben will be back with us tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to see how the market moves after this data. All right. You guys have an awesome Thursday. We'll see you tonight. Peace.